Humiliated. Russia just got caught copying Elon Musk and SpaceX. Russia is currently working on the development of a reusable rocket by 2026. The state-owned company Roscosmos signed a special agreement on October 5, 2020 for the futuristic development of certain projects by a special space rocket complex along with the newer Amur carrier launch. Join us today as we are going to have a look at Amur's mission and its similarities with SpaceX's rockets. Today we are going to dig deep into this topic and we'll cover various important aspects of this mission. But before we move forward in the video, make sure to subscribe for more content and like this video for receiving similar suggestions from YouTube. Also, we highly appreciate your comments. Now, let's get straight into the video. It is said that the carrier will be Russia's first reusable methane rocket. This is one of the features of the most famous Amur project, which is going to be created for the launch service at a cost of $22 million. In addition, the actual rocket will have an unprecedented level of reliability. Russia's plan to make reusable rockets. It is also planned to launch certain promising carriers from the entire Vostokny cosmodrome throughout the Amur region. The program was drawn up in advance to create a carrier and then approved at a meeting of the Scientific Technical Council of a well-known state-owned company with the participation of the head of Roscosmos, Dmitry Rogozin. The new carrier ideology will ensure that the rocket can be returned and used over and over again. This is the main foundation on which Elon Musk created SpaceX. Elon Musk apparently does not mind. Elon Musk himself answered the famous tweet saying that he is very happy with the reusable rockets that will replace most rockets in general. His tweet said it was a step in the right direction, but they should definitely try to make the rocket fully reusable by 2026. Elon Musk also said that a much larger rocket will also make sense for the literal economies of scale and of the space exploration industry. However, the goal should be to minimize the cost per useful ton so it can be used for further orbits or at best only serve specific markets. Russia's strength in the space industry. Russia is a strong competitor in the space industry, and instead of fighting with conventional rockets, they decided to introduce SpaceX technology to continue their space exploration efforts. Elon Musk doesn't appear to be in any danger. In fact, he even shares the same philosophy of a Tesla, so he doesn't hide his idea and makes it available for other car companies to imitate. Elon Musk says his priority is changing the world, not necessarily dominating the market, but market dominance is still an indicator of success and still makes it quite competitive. Why Russia and China can't stop copying SpaceX? As a major member of the space race, the United States has become a trendsetter through NASA and SpaceX. China has unveiled an ambitious plan to close the gap with SpaceX if it is not bridged. It's not breaking news that China has long loved and envied SpaceX's record. Musk welcomed continued competition, and China stepped into the field with its own brand of reusable orbital rockets. Russia is considered a leader among its peers and when it comes to space exploration. Whether it's the first man or woman make the first flight to the moon with the help of Luna 1 or launch a space flight with more than one crew member through the Vox God 1, it's Russia who has named it. However, the long-standing dominance of Russian space technology is being overshadowed by SpaceX, so they try to guess by launching their own reusable rocket. Let's take a closer look at how these three players try to compete with each other for supremacy in space. Around 5 years prior, the SpaceX Falcon 9 first stage booster dropped its first tail from the night sky, ignite one of its 9 fluid oxygen slush ride engines, and contacted down delicately to an arrival region. 8 kilometers north of its send-off site at Kennedy Space Center, 9 minutes after the communication satellite was sent into low Earth orbit. Everyone in the world can see that a rocket that prioritizes accessibility and reuses over performance is doable. He also promised to permanently put humans into space, completely changing the economy to reach orbit. Another Falcon 9 serial number, B1021, landed 3 months later, this time on a robotic ship hundreds of kilometers from the launch site deep in the Atlantic. The B1021 will fly again in less than a year, and for the first time, the first stage rocket will be used twice in orbital missions. Since 2020, the Block 5 version of the Falcon 9 has been flown 5 times for orbital missions and even for an unmatched winning streak in space technology for manned missions. China and Russia have since made great strides in space exploration to develop a reusable rocket somewhat similar to SpaceX's Falcon 9. In an interesting turn of events, China personally considers the space achievements to coincide, China's first private rocket adventure, Link Space, has unveiled its new Line 1 carrier design that could beat SpaceX's future Falcon 9, a promotional video that has gone viral on Sina Weibo, a Chinese microblogging site, shows China's plans to reveal a suborbital passenger flight with two opposing concepts in about 20 years. The first concept, however, is one that has piqued the interest of space enthusiasts for its striking resemblance to SpaceX's Starship, where the video shows a large vehicle that can take off vertically and land vertically. Musk's SpaceX is currently the only space agency with a fleet of reusable multi-wing rockets. The Falcon 9 currently has more than 100 successful launches, and that makes Russia nervous. To avoid burnout, Roscosmos plans to get in the reusable rocket industry before 2026, which is crucial for them when Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin tries to use Shepard's original booster. The China Academy of Launch Technology, the stand of the state-owned rocket manufacturer, also highlighted the potential for point-to-point transport or suborbital. This is a concept in which a vehicle takes off from Earth into suborbital space and lands halfway around the globe in less than an hour. Now it looks like a breakthrough in SpaceX's point-to-point transportation concept, which was first launched in September 2017. As a part of the country's long-term goal, the sugar industry will begin shipping cargo to the world via suborbital flights by 2035 and passengers by 2045. After revealing the new track design and other technical parameters, the first phase of the newly proposed launch vehicle could include a landing system similar to the Falcon 9 booster. Hugh Zenya, founder and CEO of Link Space, said in an interview that the new Line 1 will be a smaller carrier designed for micro and nano satellite launches that will synchronously transport about 440 pounds of solar energy and will be able to go into orbit 155 to 342 miles. The ability to reuse the new Line 1 rocket, especially in the first stage, would drastically reduce the cost of launching it into orbit. The starting price is currently around $4.5 million, according to WHO. That price will drop to about $2.25 million by reusing the rocket's first stage, which will have an upgraded version as well as increased takeoff weight. Line 1 has 1 degree which can be reused. The company also plans to roll out a second reusable phase once it lands. The Amur will be the launcher that will serve as Russia's first reusable methane rocket for about $22 million. Amur is a 2-stage medium-range launcher with an explosive design similar to the Falcon 9, and what Russia wants to do is launch it about 100 times while making a seamless vertical landing. Alexander Blashenko, executive director for a long-term research project at Roscosmos, said the Amur is as reliable as an assault rifle. The Falcon 9 has a grid or a lattice wings mounted near the top of the first stage, which can be seen in the Amur design. Falcon 9 holding legs can be found on Amur. Amur is still in the construction phase, and its first test launch is scheduled for 2026, which means SpaceX is more than 15 years ahead of Roscosmos. The Russian space agency, with 6 decades of success and innovation, is not too pleased with the billionaire who is ahead of them in the race for reusable rockets. Adding insult to injury, Elon sent his Tesla to space, playing David Bowie's Space Odyssey and Don't Panic plastered over the center console screen. It's only a matter of time before we find out if space giant Roscosmos can actually develop a reusable rocket with national funding. That's it for today, guys. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. See you next time.